and I'm from Cameroon, and I'm currently a student at coaching. Before coming to coaching, I was actually in the bank, and I was always walking around. My background is in database, and everything that has to do with implementation of application and deployment of applications around databases. I studied at Regent University, and immediately after school, I found myself in a consulting firm. And that was still doing what I was doing before leaving the bank for coaching. After some time in the bank, then I decided to actually go for more challenges. I reminisce all the time when we had a project when I was working on a still had an 8 to 5. We need an application, for example, and you often see people coming to me to propose their solutions. Sometimes very basic, sometimes very complex. I could realize one thing. There was some level of freedom, and I always told myself, when I am working at 8 to 5 and I'm behind the system all the time and I'm just serving, but I'm not solving any problem. So I told myself that, okay, I need to be on the other side, that is providing solutions. So that actually motivated me to start to have a change in career. But having to be able to go in a field where you can do what you want, where you want at any time, and still being able to solve problems with the skills that you have, I think was just a big deal for me, not to give it a try. When we started, having no idea with whatever was going to come up, coming on the first day and being told that you're going to learn things like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then React, and all those things I didn't have any idea about. The first, for everybody, is going to be like, this is a lot. Did I actually make the right move? I mean, because I quit my 8 to 5 to concentrate on this career. And by the time I realized there were just so many things just like came down at once on that first day. And knowing very well, though we're going to take a step at a time, but am I not starting by? So, yeah, that pressure, being able to beat it in the beginning is when I realized that I actually won the race. I won the race that's in the beginning. I had my second challenge, my second set of challenges when I realized that I needed to use whatever I've been taught to relate to real life scenarios. And being able to do that was quite kind of a little bit complex, because I was kind of asking myself, okay, how do I get solutions? But after researching, making researches and learning new things in whatever we were being taught at the time, we tend to realize that there are a lot of people that also were posting this information, making these researches and all the rest. And and I started getting those information. So that actually made me overcome that step. Then the biggest thing, which I'm going to talk about, is the fact that it actually made me change the way I do things. Needed to get used to the life of a developer coming to life of like someone who is just comfortable sitting behind a desk doing something. I needed to go into, I was not on social media, on any social media platforms. I mean, you could see my name there, but you could see any activity. And I needed to go on LinkedIn and start posting in the beginning. What am I posting every day? And then I started saying, oh yeah, I need to show people that I know how to do this. And then people started commenting. And by the time I realized, I went from almost only 5 followers to right now 500 and something in a year. I never believed, and I never knew that I was actually going to be interested in how many people actually like my post today. Get validation from people as to whether what I did was right, whether what I did was getting that information from the world, and how valuable this information was to me. Now I understand it based on all these challenges that I've gone through, and I'm really happy about it. I just that day discovered a new way of handling a way to display information, and getting that information to my database. And by the way, for a while I've been searching, how do I get this thing back to my database? And there's this lady that wrote to me, she has a recipe website, and she's been trying to get it to something different, more interactive, something that is going to get people um, um, relate, something people can easily relate, user-friendly, more and stuff. And I was like, okay, can I see your work? What I proposed to her without in less than a day was she found this so amazing. And that really encouraged me because now I actually turn it into like a complete full stack application. And I built a full stack recipe app. I love cooking, by the way, so it was very easy to get the ideas on do what, and communicating with the client, which in this case was the lady, to know exactly whether she likes the functionalities that are coming and how can we present this better and that stuff, you know. Yeah, and that really made me really proud. At the end, what came out of it was really interesting. I realized one thing, very important thing, which I learned during the process, and which is the biggest thing that I understood, is that you solve a problem at the beginning of the process. You don't solve a problem at the end. I mean, like writing codes and everything, everybody can do that today, the likes of ChatGPT. You just give him an idea and then he writes the code for you, but it doesn't solve the problem. So when I understood how to solve problems, problem solving, critical thinking, making sure that I have all my plans working together on paper before actually putting it in code, actually made me understand that, okay, now the levels have changed. Because I could see myself as a consultant trying to tell people, well, I could actually see a lot of things now online and even in my former work, and even some apps that I see now, and they're like, okay, but why don't you do this like this, or